Hey, welcome to the 513 podcast, where we talk about business, leadership, and legacy. This week, I sat down with Jonas Stoltzfus, founding partner of Integro and an executive business coach. We explored the balance of family and business, how to lead with integrity through growth, and how to leave a lasting impact that truly matters. Here's how that conversation went. Jonas, thanks so much for coming on the podcast.
You're welcome.
Oh.
It's an honor to be here.
Excited to have you. I would love to start with just hearing a little bit about you personally, your family life, but then also business. What and who is Integro, and who do you serve?
Yeah, very well. So a little bit about me. I grew up local in Lancaster County on a farm in Lancaster County. So I grew up in a family of 9. So there was 5 boys and 4 girls. And today I am married and also have a family of 9, 5 boys and 4 girls. And so
Kept that tradition going.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of joy
Yeah.
and a lot of rewards. The older children are like in their early 20s.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of reward for the hard work we invested in. We're proud of each one of them for what they're doing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What is the current age range?
So our youngest is 2 years old,
Okay.
just turning 2
Yeah.
this next month. And the oldest is 23.
Wow. All right.
Yeah,
Very
so
cool.
fairly large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Now a little bit about Integro. Can you share what Integro is and who you serve?
Sure. So Integro is the business development company. And so we started with the idea of business coaching and then also merged with a software development company. So we serve businesses in both coaching CEOs, coaching their leaders, their teams, and then also creating software for companies. And then we also started marketing and bookkeeping and other services as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. When was Integro founded?
Integro was founded in 2021.
In 2021.
In 2021.
Okay. So it seems like that's a lot of growth in what now? 4 years?
4 years time.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did it start and how did it get to where it is? If you want to share a little bit of those.
Sure.
growing years.
So it started, well, before that, I was coaching CEOs, business leaders for about 3-4 years.
Mhm.
And so I came to a place where I wanted to expand further than myself. And so I thought I would connect with someone who would build a team.
Yeah.
And so connected with a team builder, and together we pulled together multiple skill sets.
Yeah.
And launched Integro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. So leading up to the launch of Integro, can you share a little bit more of your career history?
Sure.
And what led you to be, even before the coaching, how'd you end up where you are now?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So for ever since I was 18 till I was in my lower 40s, about 22 years.
Yeah.
I worked with my brothers. My older brother started a gazebo, pergola, and pavilion company.
Yeah.
And I joined him the first year, partnered with him a few years later. And so there was 5 of us brothers.
Okay.
And we pushed into becoming the most excellent that we could. And through 22 years of perseverance, through building a company and going through all of developing teams and leaders and sales and marketing and so forth, and through being coached by multiple different coaches, we pushed to the forefront in our industry.
Okay. Yeah.
So in 2016, felt a call from the Lord to lay it all aside and go and share what I've learned with other businesses.
Yep.
And so that's what I did.
So that's when you started your coaching
That's when I started coaching.
and business development career.
That's right.
That was probably, how was that transition? Because
Well, that's a good question. Transition to end an era
right.
of something that I was very familiar with, that paid well, and you kept growing and it kept earning more and more, to lay it all aside to go out and branch off on my own as a starter of a company that took faith, took courage, took a faith to believe that someone out there needed what I had.
Yeah.
And that I could provide value for somebody. And so it went very well once I made the decision.
Okay.
And so I took a couple of months and just took off. For 22 years, it was the first time that I took 3 months off.
Yeah. Yep.
And that was really a good time in my life.
Yeah.
And then I started out and it grew from there. It was actually not too hard to grow something by myself. And so then when we partnered with, there's 4 of us partnered at Integro. We started in 2021.
Yeah.
And so when we did that, I thought that as starting a new company with all of my business experience, it wouldn't be that difficult
Yeah.
because I've got all this knowledge and all this understanding, and I help many other people build theirs, that I thought we wouldn't have to go through like the startup phase
Right.
curve.
Yeah.
Guess what? I was wrong. We had to go through the startup pain. We had to
Yeah.
go through the startup phase where when you are working with different men in the same business, you have to learn how each other works and thinks and
Yep.
bring it together to cohesion
Yeah.
and discover each other's geniuses,
Yeah.
where each other fits the best.
Right.
And so that was probably one of the hardest things to get started in the first few years.
Was kind of the hardest thing was kind of the different partners. How many partners are now versus? Do you have all the same partners?
We have the
did
same
when you
partners
first-
we
Okay.
had, yes.
How many partners are there?
There are 4 of
There
us
are
in
4.
Integro.
Okay. So bringing 4 people together.
Yep.
In different industries or similar industries, but kind of combining all your brain power.
Well,
Is that
yeah, a combination of that.
Okay,
Sure.
yeah.
Each person has a different background, a different history,
Yeah.
a different experience, in whether it was ministry or missions or
Mhm.
business,
Yeah.
and bringing all 4 of those mindsets together, and then bringing it into a cohesion for a one vision and a one direction.
right?
It takes it takes willingness, sacrifice,
Yeah.
but also takes perseverance and commitment.
Yep.
And to persevere. And the value that I see and what we've worked through is that together we can do so much more
Yeah.
than what one individual could do.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. What were some of those, if you don't mind sharing, what were some of those initial challenges that you had to overcome, and how did you overcome them together?
Okay, so one of the things that we did, we grew very fast, started many things,
Okay.
and looking back, I would say we should have started one thing and mastered it
Yeah.
and got it to profitability, started another thing and then mastered it and got it to profitability. And so we just slowed that all down and said, we're going to pause all of our new ideas because there's a lot of vision and visionaries
Right.
together.
Yeah.
And so we said we have to pull back all of the ideas and focus on some of the main core revenue generators and make them work really well before we continue starting new things.
Yeah. So that was, you were able to kind of get to that point with a few different divisions, and then you started adding them on. Like how's that been for you guys?
Well, we had to pull back and focus more solely on some of the larger ones that we have,
Yeah.
and just focus on those and say, let's not focus on some of the smaller ones, and let's not keep adding some of them things. So currently we're at a much better place. In this last year, we have focused largely on mastering each section, each revenue generator, and getting better at that one.
Right. What are a few of those kind of divisions or areas that you guys are really focused in?
Okay, so that's a fair question. Coaching is one.
Okay.
Group of coaches, business coaches.
And so that would be because that takes from what you did previously.
Yes.
And then you're able to bring on other coaches and kind of help them learn how to become as well.
Yes,
and then
exactly.
coach other business leaders.
That's right.
Yeah. So then how does that work business wise? So like you have how many coaches do you have currently?
So there's currently 6
Okay.
coaches on our team.
Awesome. Very cool.
And there's a couple of us full-time, and then there's some of us part-time.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so different business leaders in the area will reach out to you and you'll coach them through different
That's right.
challenges and growth.
Yep, that's right.
Very
So
cool.
so we look at a company holistically, at basically the leadership, the people, the teams.
Yeah.
And then we also look at it financially and their operations and software technology, as well as sales and marketing. We'll look at the whole thing holistically from a kingdom perspective.
Yeah.
And say, what is God actually saying for this company? What is this company gifted at? How can we get this company to really thrive?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
really cool. So, I mean, just to dive in a little bit deeper on the coaching side,
Sure.
what do you feel like? I mean, you shared a little bit about it's kingdom focus, but what does make you guys unique in the coaching side? like anybody watching, like if they're interested in coaching for their business, like why should they reach out to you guys?
Well, it's a good question. At the core of our purpose is to multiply the impact of the kingdom impact of business leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if we can get business leaders to flow with what God wants them to do
Yeah.
and to thrive, we can ultimately impact the world and help fund the end time harvest
Mm-hmm.
with both finances and people. And if we can do this through helping business owners become successful and being intentional with creating a kingdom impact in their, not just their company, but also in their community and their sphere of influence. So our focus is not just business and helping people make more money, although we do that.
Yeah.
But really at the core is to focus to advance the gospel
Mm.
through the business world.
All right. Very cool.
Yeah.
So then you have your coaching, you call it division or coaching division. What is another aspect of Integro that you focus on?
Okay. So another large aspect is our bookkeeping services,
Okay.
our accounting services.
Very cool.
And to help people, we provide both a bookkeeper for your business virtually or in-house if you're local, and then cleanups, quarterly cleanups, and annual cleanups for bookkeeping. And so that is a fairly large part of what
Okay.
Integro does.
Yeah. How many people are part of that division?
There's approximately 15 people.
Okay. Very cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that one's pretty straightforward. Like if somebody is looking for bookkeeping, they'll reach out and you can help them kind of come alongside them as a bookkeeper.
Exactly.
Maybe like fractional, like
Yeah.
your team will go in maybe once a week and do you do payroll?
That's right.
Do
Yes.
payroll,
Yep.
QuickBooks or whatever software.
Or
or you
cleanup
use. Yeah.
or anything that has to do with books,
Yeah.
bookkeeping.
Very cool.
Yep.
Okay. What's another aspect of it?
Another one is marketing.
Okay.
And I know this comes into your field,
Yeah.
your marketing, but
Yep.
the way we view marketing is that everybody has its like talent and skill and different approach to it.
Absolutely.
So we have a marketing team that does websites,
Mhm.
SEO work,
Yep.
um, thinking anything that goes with marketing,
Yeah.
videography, photography.
Yeah.
Our strength in it is we provide a MCP or a marketing coordinating professional
Yeah.
to come into your company and actually work in your company for half a day or a day a week
Yep.
and organize and manage your marketing for you.
Yeah. I think that aspect of what you guys do is very intriguing. Because I've worked with Teddy
Yeah.
through Dutchies.
Yeah.
And seeing the way he came in alongside of them and really helped them to kind of focus their marketing direction
Yeah.
and really help them decide what to do and which is the right direction to go. So that was really cool to see. How did you guys come up with that idea? And how is it being implemented now?
Uh, the idea comes up through our brainstorming events,
Mhm.
our times of strategy,
Yeah.
and somebody gets the idea. What we see in marketing is that it takes strategy.
Yeah.
And so if you have a strategist that can create strategy,
Mhm.
and if you have a marketing professional to coordinate everything, because it takes a different skill to coordinate.
Yeah.
And most strategists don't enjoy coordinating
Mhm.
everything because it's a lot of work to coordinate everything. And so then you have
And different working types too. Your
exactly.
strategist is not necessarily your
Always
coordinator.
coordinator.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then you have your skill sets, such as your videography, your photography, your
Yeah.
SEO specialist, your marketing, sponsored ads.
Yeah.
And so you have all your different specialists that you need to coordinate and pull all the pieces together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So I mean, how big is that team as far as what do you call them? The MCP?
Okay, so yeah, that is a specific MCP is a marketing coordinating professional.
Yeah. Yep.
And so the whole marketing team is probably about 10, 12 people.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah. And so then I I just think it's a very cool concept to be able to come in and kind of be like a fractional marketing director.
Yep.
Is kind of the idea is you come alongside a business and you help them figure out because there's a lot of local companies that they're doing a great job through word of mouth, but they want to take their marketing direction a little bit further.
Yeah.
And so then you guys can come alongside of them and help them to grow and figure out what is best for their business.
That's right.
Yeah. And so, I mean, with that, like how do you find your client base currently for that? And are you looking to take on more? And if so, should people reach out and
Absolutely.
what does it look like to work through you guys?
Yeah, it's a very beautiful experience from what I'm hearing
Mm-hmm.
for companies to work with our team, because we come in and help them first create and strategize and plan,
Yeah.
and then we help them actually and do it for them.
Yep.
And so for that, for many business leaders, that's like, wow, I couldn't have done that by myself.
Yeah.
Or even just to bring in a marketing person full time on your team, most likely it's not going to have all the skill sets that you need.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you have that division. So we talked about coaching, accounting, marketing professional.
Yep.
Is that the main three, or do you have other divisions?
Those are the main three we have as of now. We also have what we did is a Precise Builder launch, which is a software for construction company that is an all-in-one.
Yeah.
And so this is everything from A to Z.
Okay.
It has both the incoming leads and a CRM, and then it has a quoting, estimating
Wow.
program, and
Yep.
as well as a coordinating and managing the crews.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all the way, it syncs with QuickBooks or bookkeeping software. So
Is that geared towards residential, commercial, or both?
it's the strongest for the trades.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody is a deck builder
Yeah.
or siding installation or roofer or somebody that is in one of the trades,
Yeah.
it can also work for general construction or general
Mhm.
contracting.
Yeah.
But it's really built for like the trades.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Wow. How was it? I mean, how did you guys come up with that idea?
Well, our clients needed it,
Yeah.
and we looked at what's available and what was out there, and there was nothing that really just hit the sweet spot for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so we said, well, there's a need for this. Why don't we create it?
Yeah. I love that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. How's that? When did you launch that, and how's it going so far?
So the idea was created, came up within 2021, but then to actually launch and build it
Yeah.
was in 22 and 23.
Okay. Yep.
And so it has been a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of investment to get something like that started
Yeah.
and going to a viable product
Yeah.
to have to offer.
Yep.
And so that has been a long, hard, and one of the more difficult
Okay.
pieces to put together.
Yeah. So that's called Precise
Builder.
Precise Builder.
Precise Builder.
Yeah.
But it's a very sweet software.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful software.
So if somebody out there is a residential contractor in any
any of the deals or the trades.
yeah, any trade,
Yep.
they should check out Precise Builder.
They should check it out.
All right.
Yep.
Very cool. Definitely. That's awesome. So I want to dive in as well a little bit to the leadership aspect from starting a company, founding a company together with 3 other partners,
Yep.
and building it to where it is now.
Yep.
And some of those leadership challenges that fall in within that time frame. So you have hiring, you have, I mean, post-pandemic, so you have ups and downs economic wise. But one aspect, first off, how many employees are currently at Integro?
There is approximately 40.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. And so in 4 years, yeah, that's a good amount of growth in a couple of years.
It is.
What is your hiring process like? And how do you make sure, because hiring is very important, how do you make sure that you get the right people in the right place?
Yeah. So it's a little different for us hiring people for internal when it comes to joining our bookkeeping
Yeah.
and joining our marketing team, and also then becoming a coach or
Okay.
joining a coaching team. So hiring process is a little more extensive than what you would find on a typical construction crew.
Yeah.
Because we're looking for people that will also be representing our company, our values, and then also, as for example, for a coach, there's going to be coaching another company.
Yeah.
They have to represent our values,
Mhm.
represent our vision, and be aligned with our mission.
Absolutely.
And they have to also be competent and be good at what they do.
Right.
And so to become a coach, it works. We look for experience. We look for people who have business experience, first of all, and second, that they have a good rapport with their community. And so they have to be reputable within their current role where
Yeah.
they're at. So
Yep.
and then to develop the skill set and align with our missions and value.
Yeah, very cool. I mean, then beyond that, with like with hiring people or finding, like, what is your current process on how do you find the right people?
Well, there are, depending which skill set we're looking for.
Yeah.
So if we're looking for, entry level skill set,
Mm-hmm.
just any of the main platforms
Yep.
that are out there.
Yeah.
LinkedIn is a fairly reasonable one, and then also Indeed.
Yep.
As some of those platforms we can post
Yeah.
to find people.
Yeah. And then you'll go through a hiring process after
We'll
that.
go
Okay.
through a screening, hiring process. If somebody wants to join, they respond to that. And usually, for some of our upper level positions, there's a extended multiple
Yeah.
conversations that we have.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes a lot
so
of sense.
we dive a little
Pretty
deeper, a
deep.
little
Yeah.
deeper
With
inside
the
some
higher
basic
level
belief
of
systems and
positions.
values.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, what are your core values? Do you have core values for your business? If you don't mind sharing those.
We do. There are three. They're fairly simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's take responsibility, it's love people,
Mm-hmm.
and find a way.
Okay.
So taking responsibility, we're saying take responsibility of your section and all of the things that you're part of.
Yeah. Yep.
And love people is
Mm-hmm.
simply care about people,
Yep.
and then find a way is press through difficult things.
Yeah.
To find a way, sometimes it's shorter to go through the storm, press into difficult conversations,
Mm.
and it's better on the other side of
Yeah.
that difficult conversation.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. Um, what does leadership mean to you?
Okay. Leadership means that you. Well, I think of what John Maxwell says is those who uh, see the way, they know the way, and they show the way. And so leadership has to lead, and they sometimes have no one to follow. We all may have heroes that
Yeah.
we look up to,
Yep.
but to lead a company, you're not just following somebody, you have to lead.
Yeah.
And so you have to step into that leadership position and actually lead and take responsibility. I like the extreme ownership
Oh, yeah.
book and the idea of taking ownership of the whole thing.
Yep.
And if something on your team is not working well, or somebody on your team is not doing a great job, that you take ownership for that situation.
Yep.
And you don't just blame that on someone else, but you step in to see if you can. You have to solve the problem. You have to either train better or provide the needed support.
Yeah.
You coach people up. We look at leadership as we're developing people within our team, not just managing them.
Yeah. What are some of, like, extreme ownership is one, but what are some of those leadership tactics that you've really embraced, that you've learned, that you really carry on now today with as a growing company?
Okay, so uh, what we find in leading a team, some of the weakest links in leading a team is accountability.
Hmm.
To be able to provide accountability and to be accountable also.
Yeah.
It's one of the harder things that most teams wrestle with.
Right.
And so, in order to do accountability well, we see it as it works best if there's prior agreement that this is how we're going to do it. And then when there's somebody does it differently, that there's accountability and you provide accountability. We like to see peer accountability, not
Okay.
just leadership accountability. So if peer accountability works, uh, then the leaders don't have to always get involved.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, then the leader needs to step in and make sure there's accountability to what we agreed on.
Hmm.
And we see accountability going both ways. So it goes both ways. As a leader, I have to be accountable as well, and I have to invite accountability from my team. And so if the team sees me doing something that is in question, I have to invite that to be called out or
Yeah.
have a conversation around that and be approachable and be willing to discuss the hard conversations.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I feel like that's very valuable for your team, especially with a growing team and trying to get everybody on board for your vision and the growth of the company. And they need to see their leadership that are um, vulnerable or open to correction and looking to grow as well. Yeah, they're not on their ivory tower or anything like that. That's right, and that's really cool to hear coming from you guys too. And I mean, that has to be the case because of how fast you've grown and kind of the quality of people that I've seen through your team.
Yeah.
Everybody I've met there is incredible. And I'm like, that's something they're doing something right.
Yep.
And so it's really cool to hear just little aspects of that. Extreme ownership is a really, really cool kind of mindset with leadership, but just everyday life as well. Um, when your one core value, which was the second one, I was like press through or
I'll find a way.
find a way. Yeah, I thought of that with when you mentioned that is because but how do you practically put that into place with a team and kind of like extreme ownership on a day-to-day basis with your team? What does that? How have you found that to actually take place within your
Okay,
company?
so if there's tension in a team
Mm-hmm.
and there's opposing ideas, and not everybody is seeing the same thing the same way,
Yeah,
and to just ignore it doesn't mean that it will go away,
yeah,
because it could become bigger. And so to find a way is to say, how can you find a way with two opposing opinions, and to see the tension of that pulling. One either we go this direction or we go this direction. And sometimes there's a third way or another option in which encompasses both ideas.
yeah,
And so that's where you press into the tension and work through to come to a conclusion or a solution that both ideas can be encountered or encompassed.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good. So then also with diving into leadership and your business, your company, um, how does that I'm very intrigued on the partnership side and interacting, kind of compromising between partners
Yeah.
because everybody does have their own idea, their mindset,
Yeah.
and you do like you mentioned, you have to
Yeah.
compromise, you have to sacrifice certain
Yeah.
things. Um, how can you? Because Dave Ramsey says the only ship that doesn't sail is a partnership, and but like there are times for sure that partnerships do well, but it takes a lot of effort
Yeah.
and intentionality. How have you guys brought that to life with kind of conversations, maybe setting up certain things in place, and accountability within partners as well?
Well, it's definitely harder than if you're going to run and own a business by yourself.
Hmm.
In some sense, it's harder, and in some sense, it's not as hard.
Yeah.
When you own a business by yourself and you're going to lead it, you can lead it the way you want to lead it. You can decide any of the decisions how you want to do it, and the only people that will oppose you is either your customers or your own team,
Yeah.
right? And so, with your own team, you may have more direct authority where you can decide, and everybody has to do what you say. And so, with a partnership, it works a little different because you have to agree together which direction you're going to go, and you have to agree together what are your values and what is the vision and how are you going to accomplish that vision.
Yeah.
But I see even in partnership, there's a need for a leader.
Yeah.
You appoint a leader, a CEO or a general manager, and you'll give him authority to run the company.
Yeah.
And as partners, you have to support him to run the company. And if he's doing a great job, then you let him run it.
Yeah.
If they're not doing a great job, then you may have to reshift and align, bring someone else in to run it.
Yeah.
But partnerships, the way I see it, only work that way.
Yeah.
You have to have somebody to run it, and you have to support the leader.
Yeah.
Decisions can be made. I look at the difference of some decisions in a partnership. Some decisions are for the partners, and some decisions are not. Some decisions the CEO can make, and the team that is working with him can make those decisions.
Yeah.
But when it comes to major financial decisions or direction that you're going that's different than where you are, those kind of uh, decisions need to be made at the partnership level.
Yeah. That's that's a really cool way to look at partnerships as well. Is like you're putting somebody in place
Yep.
in leadership within the partnerships,
Yep.
and that everybody has their role
Yeah.
specifically. But then you're like, all right, we're trusting you with the leadership within this, and like we will allow you to make those final decisions. Like everybody has a say to an extent, I guess. But then somebody is in charge of those final decisions. Is that correct?
Yeah. So somebody has to. Okay. So the bigger decisions are made together, collaboratively,
Yep.
and And this is where, if there are opposing opinions, we wrestle with them until we come to a conclusion. We don't just one person decides and everybody else is opposed.
Right.
So if that's the case, you have to wrestle with it more, which is what we look at a healthy debate and to be able to debate through the hard conversations to come to a conclusion.
Yeah.
And so if you know what for decisions that the partner should be making, and then what for decisions you should allow the CEO to make on an everyday operational level, you have to let him make those decisions.
Yeah. That's really good. I like that.
Yeah.
So what's the future of Integro? Where are you guys going? What are you hoping for in the next 5-10 years?
Okay, so looking into the future for Integro is to continue bringing the presence of the gospel of Jesus Christ into the marketplace, and to help business leaders to understand their role in God's end time story, and then also for them to be able to be free to make an impact in their community, and to provide the services for these businesses to thrive. And so if we can help a business to thrive, both financially, mentally, with their team, healthy culture, we believe we can impact the next generation for really at the heart of our team is to impact the next generation and the missions to the end of the world.
Yeah.
To impact what God's doing in his end time harvest.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So then, practically, does that look like adding on divisions to Integro, or to be seen? Or what are you guys hoping for in the future?
Well, to provide a full suite of business services.
Yeah.
For businesses who have a trade or a certain thing that they're doing, so we can come in and help that business to thrive.
Yeah.
We could add multiple different services that like IT, which we're already doing.
Okay.
IT services, and we could perhaps provide legal support.
Yep.
Which some of those areas we're just pausing. HR, for example, recruiting agency to recruit people. For our clients. We pause some of that work for the sake of mastering what we're doing today.
Yeah, really being able to focus on what you're good at right now, and then
That's right.
being able to add those later.
That's right.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Who are some of your leadership heroes, more or less? People that you will read their books, conferences, messages. Who are those guys that you really look up to?
Okay, so John Maxwell, I have read a lot of his books. I really enjoyed his books earlier on in my career. Another one is Patrick Lencioni.
Yeah.
We really like his books. We embraced a lot of his books and his thinking into what we currently do in coaching and into our team.
Yep.
And there's others. We look at Dave Ramsey and what he's doing. Not that we embrace everything about Dave Ramsey, but we appreciate the impact that he's making in our world and what he does with his coaching and his large conferences that he does.
Yeah.
So we look up to some of those guys.
Very cool.
Yep.
Do you have a top 3 book list that you would encourage other leaders to read?
I have a lot of books, and so I can't just off the top of my head say these are the top 3.
Yeah.
But I like the 5 behaviors or the 5 dysfunctions of a team from Patrick Lencioni. Is a very good book for people who are building a team. There are more of his books I would recommend. There are the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership from John Maxwell, which is a good book. Yeah, and so those are 2 right off the top of my head. There is Simon Sinek. He has Leaders Eat Last.
I've not read that one either. I need to read that. Yeah.
So those are some good books.
All right. Very good. Any other last words that you would want to share about leadership and legacy on how to create a solid legacy?
Okay. So when I think about legacy, I think of the people that we meet today. We need to treat them fairly, honestly, with integrity. That will leave a legacy We treat people well all along the way. We're generous. We're kind. We treat people fairly in business, and to recognize that those people, we may meet them in the next season of our life, and so to treat people fairly in this season leaves a legacy of goodwill as we go on our journey in life. And I look at it's not just this life, but it's the life to come as well.
Yeah.
There are rewards there that we sow into this season of our life. We sow into our future, and so to leave a legacy, be aware of what we're sowing and what we're giving and contributing into other people's lives.
Yeah. I'd be remiss to not talk about family life,
Okay.
as well before we end. You have 9 children,
I do.
and so you've been a business leader, business owner, in a variety of capacities pretty much your whole career. Um, how do you, as a business leader, kind of balance that life work mentality, and making sure you're still there for your family as well within the midst of a very busy work life?
Yeah, so that can be a tension
Mhm.
for any business leader, and for many it is. And there's seasons when men can push into business for a month or two extra,
Yeah.
but you can't be living all of your life with putting the extra into your business and taking it from your family. It's not
Mhm.
fair to them. And so I look at what's sustainable for the long haul. Live a life and create a pace that's sustainable for
Yeah.
my family. Create those moments for your family that they're special, and guard that.
Yeah.
Make that part of your manhood plan or your plan to raise a family. You can't just put all your energy and thoughts into business
Yeah.
and without also having a family plan. And so the things that you put your vision and your focus towards will get your attention.
Mhm.
And so you have to make space for having a family plan and have a vision for your family. And so I would say have a vision for your family,
Yeah.
make that a priority alongside your business. Don't just focus on business and not
Yeah.
family.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So I'm at the early stages of being a father. I have
Yep.
a 4-year-old, and a 1.5-year-old, and then another on the way. And so what would be some encouragement to practically live that out? So like having a vision for your family, like that's a
Yep.
very good way to put it. Like I have a vision for 513 Media to keep
Of
growing
course.
and all this. But also like how does that practically look to have that same kind of vision plan, idea for your family as well? Like, what have you done or seen success in within kind of just like, yeah, being having that same vision for your family?
Yeah, that's very good. So, uh, children, for example, in the morning and in the evening are like moments that create stability. When your presence is there for them in the morning and your presence is there for them in the evening, creates stability for their day. That doesn't mean you have to be with them all the day, right? But knowing those moments when it's most valuable and being there for them in those ways, creating meaningful moments,
Yeah.
having times to um, teach your children, having times to read the word with them, to pray with them, having time to eat with them, making that a regular habit within your lifestyle can be very valuable.
That's really good.
Yeah.
What are did you what are some other things like throughout the years? And for me, I'm at the early stages.
Yep.
But any other additional advice on how to parent well, how to raise influential kids that are going to make an impact, or yeah, what other advice would you have for young family leaders?
Sure. So recognizing that the father and his presence sometimes is really all that the family needs, like
Mm.
his very presence to step into a situation that's difficult, that maybe is difficult for your wife to handle. You step in and you come up with a solution. I think fathers need to recognize and be aware that they are the solution to their family. They actually, just by entering the situation and helping them solve a challenge or problem, they are the solution. Children get their identity from their father, and they get a lot of their self-worth from their mother. So the combination of both parents working together, raising their family can really produce good, solid young adults.
Yeah.
If one of them is missing and not present, you have a gap. in their development that then later shows up in their, adult life. And so if both parents work together and are in flowing well together and doing both their roles, can be very, very valuable in raising good, solid adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you kind of share an encouragement / challenge to those young leaders that are maybe sacrificing too much of their family time? What would you say to them? Not maybe harshly, but like, how would you encourage them to? Yeah, how would you?
Yeah, probably. I would say protect your evening. Protect your evening. Don't give it away to everybody, and don't fill it up with ministry or missions that your heart would run after, where you're also needed. But protect your family from you giving all your time away to everyone else, and be quicker to say no to all of the things. I'm all for community. We need community leaders. We need people to pull into their community. But if you have a work schedule that works and you can say no to work after work, you say no to that, and you can give your family the time they need. And don't give all 5 of your week evenings away. You may give 1 away, but don't give all 5. Keep the 4, or at least keep 3
Yeah.
that your family gets. Don't be too busy Saturdays. Give your Saturday if you have a typical 5-day work week. And I look at Sunday, the day of rest for myself. I find myself in a place where that's my refreshing day. I don't just give that away to everybody. If I want to give it away, I can, but I don't. Like I need a day to refresh and to reset and to rest. So every leader needs a day where they just rest.
Yeah. That's
And
really
not
good.
everybody can just grab them and take them into their world.
Yeah. And that's a good reminder. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else.
Exactly.
And every time you say no to something, you're saying yes to something else. And so with that mindset of every time you say yes to a work thing, you're saying no to potentially your family. And just being reminded that that's true. Like you don't have to say yes to everything. And when you do say yes to something, you're also saying no to something else.
That's right.
So just a very good reminder for just people in general,
Yeah.
even not young leaders,
That's
but
right.
everyday life. Well, Jonas, thanks so much for coming on the podcast. Is there any last words that you would want to say before we end this?
Sure. I just want to thank you for hosting this, and I wish you well in your marketing venture. I appreciate what you're doing here in podcasting and presenting these thoughts to the world, especially in business leadership and legacy. I think
Yeah.
it's a beautiful venture that you're doing. Very well needed.
Thank you very
Yep.
much. Yeah. Well, thanks again for coming on. And yeah, have a great day.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for listening to this episode of the 513 podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to follow us and subscribe and send this to a friend that might enjoy it.